Okay, great. Good evening. Welcome to the August 27, 2024 meeting of the Hatfield Select Board. I'm going to go ahead and call the meeting to order. And as usual, I'm going to start by reading our public participation policy. The Hatfield Select Board welcomes everyone to its meetings and all other public meetings of the town of Hatfield. All regular and special meetings of the boards and committees of the town of Hatfield shall be open to the public and shall conform to the open meeting law. Executive sessions are closed to the public and will be held only as prescribed by the statutes of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. It is important to recognize that the open meeting law affords the opportunity to listen to the proceedings but not necessarily participate. During meetings of the Select Board, an attempt will be made to find a balance between hearing from members of the public and conducting the required business of the Hatfield Select Board. So for announcements tonight, I just want to acknowledge, with sadness, the passing of Bob Shea. Mr. Shea was a very kind man that was known to many people in town and had served as a firefighter, volunteer firefighter in Hatfield at one time. So we just wanted to pass our condolences along to the Shea family. I would bump into Bob and his wife sometimes, and he was always so kind. So very sorry to hear that. So we send our condolences. Ed, did you have anything?
Yeah, I mean, school's starting, and there's always been reports of people not stopping for school buses. I'm just letting you know the police will be stepping up patrols to make sure you stop for those flashing lights. Kids are out there, slow down, think smart, stop for the bus.
Excellent. And kids will be walking too, kids walking on the sidewalks and in the crosswalks. And certainly we want to wish all the students here in Hatfield a great school year and wish good luck to the teachers and administration up for another good school year. Did you have anything, Greg?
No, I
Nothing. Okay. Is anyone here for public forum? No. Okay. We have a very light agenda tonight. We expect this to be fairly quick. Our first item of posted, we need to approve some minutes. So the minutes of the August 13th meeting.
I'll make a motion that we approve the meeting minutes from August 13th, 2024.
Second.
A motion made and second. Any further discussion?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Our first item of posted business is we are joined by the Food Bank of Western Mass. They are requesting a one-day wine and malt liquor license, and this is for, is this your Will Bike for Food? Okay, which you do annually, and you do it here in town, which I love, so that's great. So we have the application here. It certainly looks complete to me. We have Risley with us from the food bank to answer any questions. I don't have any questions. Karen, this looks all in order. I know that if it's gone through you that it's complete. Does anyone have any questions?
No, I just want people to know if they can go on your website to find more information on this or registration, because I know this starts at 7 a.m. and you have people with bikes and stuff. I don't know if you just want to tell the people a little bit about that so they understand it in case they want to register their bicycle and get involved.
Sure. Let me just. It's good? Okay, excellent. So our website is willbikeforfood.org if anyone wants to see any information and specific to that. It does start at 7 a.m. Our routes, and they randomly start. We have 7, a 10:15, and they just go on continuously from there. We have a 100-mile route, a 50-mile route, a 25-mile, and this year we have a 12-mile and a 4-mile as well.
Oh.
And the 4 and 12 are also family fun, so the kids can play. We also have an obstacle course for children, face painting. We're trying to, rev it up a little bit more this year, so it's a little more fun for everyone because we're really hoping for great weather this year.
I should mention it's on September 22nd.
Yes.
So in addition to if people want to participate, people should expect that they may see some extra bikes on the roads throughout town that day. But certainly this is a great event for a great cause. We're glad you've moved out of Hatfield to a really beautiful new facility in Chicopee. But I'm glad that you still hold this event here. So
We also will have the signs that go up that say watch for cyclists and stuff going up about the week before the week of the event as well.
okay, perfect.
Good.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, you guys, you've been doing this for a long time. You've kind of got the hang of it at this point.
We like to think so.
Yeah. I don't have any other questions.
I'll make a
Anybody?
motion to approve the one-day liquor license for the Food Bank of Western Mass to be held on September 22nd at the Lions Club. And the license would be only from 12, I believe, till
8.
8.
The event is longer,
12
but
to
the
8.
Correct.
wine and malt will be just from 12 to 8. Okay. Did you second that?
I'll second that.
Okay. A motion made and second. Any further discussion?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Easy enough, Risley. Thank you. Good to see you.
Thank you. Have a nice day, everybody.
Have a great event.
Mhm.
Topic number 2 is MassDOT Systemic Safety Project. This is the,
So the last time you received information from MassDOT, it was, what was it, 50% design, I
Right.
believe? So now it's 100% design. I responded to the gentleman at MassDOT, and I followed up with him yesterday because I wanted to just make sure that if the select board has comments or questions, that they would still accept them after today's date. And
Right.
I haven't received a response from him.
so just to backtrack a little bit. So this is some plans for some crosswalks out on West Street.
Pedestrian signals.
Yes,
right?
pedestrian signals and crosswalks out on West Street. When I looked at the plans, I had some questions
You did.
because it looked to me like they were putting in islands.
Mhm.
And I was remembering the sort of island debacle
Yeah.
up in South Deerfield. And so in any case, I have to say the folks from MassDOT were great. I hopped on a Zoom were you corresponding with Matt Minahan?
No, it's been Kobe, what's his last
Oh, okay.
name?
Well, I
Kobe.
was on with Matt Minahan. I can't remember the other names. Hanson. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But so we reviewed the plans together. So when you see these plans, just for Ed and Greg's sake, what sort of look like traffic islands drawn here are actually just going to be paint. It's just going to be paint.
No.
So
That's good.
even on the last plan, it does appear that that's going to be. an
That's the one
island.
that concerned me, and it
Okay,
is
yeah.
paint.
It is,
It's
okay.
paint. And so there's crosswalks. And so just so people know, there's going to be a signaled crosswalk sort of at the North Hatfield Road
Mhm.
intersection. And then also, this doesn't show it, but I think there's also going to be one up by the
I
Prospect
thought
Meadow
there were
Farm.
others,
Um,
but
and
this is all we.
So people will push the light so that lights flicker. It won't stop traffic, but it'll be sort of an alert to drivers that someone's waiting to cross.
That's right.
And that's done, this is being done in conjunction with bus stops that are along that portion of Route 5. So it's really a pedestrian safety issue. And so
mhm.
after I talked to them and I realized there weren't traffic islands,
Mhm.
it was just going to be paint.
It's
Then it just sort of, it made sense to me. So they answered all the questions I had about it.
I mean, there was 3, right? I
There
mean,
were
there's
3
only
different
one here, but-
plans, so yeah, I thought there was others, but it
There was,
appears that
in
this-
fact, were there sort of 2 in the North Hatfield Road area
Yes, there were.
on each side
So
of
I
North
don't know
Hatfield
if
Road,
I
I think.
missed printing the others, but there should have been others.
Yeah.
Two other.
The other one, so
Separate
I know one other one
areas.
is at Prospect Meadow Farm and not,
That's right.
what is it called out on 5 and 10? Yeah, that's,
Wasn't there one near Linseed too? Is there one near Linseed? But there is one near Prospect Meadow.
right, there's one near the ServiceNet farm that's right
The
there.
service, yes.
And then I think there's 2 down by North Hatfield
North
Road, sort of
Hatfield,
one
okay.
on each side, I
Okay.
think, something like that.
All right.
Anyways, the question was, is there going to be structures? And they're not. They're going to be just painting. So
Yeah.
that clears up.
Yeah.
I thought it was, at first I thought it was similar to what you saw in Sunderland. They actually have a structure in the middle,
Mm,
but that's just going to be painted. So
I was just concerned, so many tractor trailers go in and out of the CNS entrance right
Yeah.
there. And if there were islands, I just was picturing there being problems. And there were problems when they did the islands on 5 and 10 in Deerfield, just traffic flow problems and certainly, snow removal and all of that. So, and it doesn't matter. It's just painted.
All right, so there's no questions or concerns.
No.
All right. Bless you,
Bless you. Do we need to do anything with this, the new firefighter?
Just sign.
Just
You don't
sign
need
it.
to
Is it in
vote.
here too? It is,
They
okay.
should be in there, yeah.
Okay. We can move on to the next item, Marlene.
Okay, the USDA loan approval for that supplemental 1.4 million. So, had worked on that application in conjunction with the treasurer collector, and that has been approved.
Perfect.
Wow,
We will have a loan for 1.4 million
that's excellent.
Great.
from USDA, yeah.
Well, that's settled.
That's settled,
Mhm.
that's done with.
Perfect.
Whew, okay.
Nice.
Nice work, Marlene.
Nice.
You're welcome. Yes, I was pleased about that.
So there are some things in here for signature. Just the top two, the last one is just for my signature. Oh, and then do we need to take any kind of
So
vote
no,
on the dementia?
well, actually, the
friendly?
board already
I thought so, yeah.
You supported that resolution, so that's just a pledge to continue providing programs
Okay.
for age-friendly and, yeah, it's for the community.
Is it just for me or all three of us?
All three of you can sign.
Okay.
Yeah, the COA director was thinking that, either when Greg and Ed come in to sign warrants, but I let her know that all three of you would be here tonight.
Perfect. Okay. And that's it?
That is really it. I just want to mention, each of you have received a draft copy of the comprehensive action plan.
Yes.
So I wanted to make sure that you have that in advance of the October 1st meeting.
Yes.
So I'm thinking you have time to go through
A
that.
little light reading,
Yeah.
yes.
Uh,
Actually, I'm excited to
So the planning
to look at
board
that.
and if members of the former comprehensive plan committee are able to attend as well, we'll present this, an overview summary to the
Okay.
select board and discuss the actions
Okay.
for the future, for the next 20 years. And I know there will be a recommendation to ask the board to appoint a committee so that this just doesn't sit on a shelf
Yeah.
somewhere,
Mhm.
committee to carry out those actions. That will be October 1st.
Great. Well, I'm looking forward to that presentation, but I'll certainly look at this ahead
So
of time.
it's 2 years worth of work in there.
Great. I don't have anything else. Did you have anything else?
No, I mean, it's just under old business. On the agenda, I guess the Smith Academy Park Pavilion can be removed because that's been built and
Oh, yeah, I
Taken
thought I
care
had
of.
taken that off, yeah.
And
Smith Academy
ARPA
Park,
is
yeah,
just
that
something
should- yeah,
we
I
still
thought
have
it-
to consider when we're
Yes.
talking about upstairs and moving the collection
Mm-hmm.
back here, so that's
Yeah,
another
there's been some
issue.
discussion back and forth between the Historical Commission and the Historical Society about, moving the items here. And apparently they're looking for more space because they don't feel that storage room will be sufficient.
Oh, boy.
Told us it was.
They
so-
did.
And I guess they'll have to look at the library. I mean, at their museum. But, I mean, that's sort of disappointing in a way, but
Sad to hear, yeah.
Yeah. I guess I would just add, sorry, were you done on that or did you have anything else?
no, I was just reviewing some of the old business stuff so we don't lose it before the end of the year.
Mhm.
In
And
case there's anything we have to.
I just want to sort of let townspeople know, I did, after the last meeting, we got the letter from Chief, Chief Flaherty gave us a letter from Chief Peelis from Northampton about not responding over here. And so I called Chief Peelis and had a conversation about that. And the letter sort of said two different things. It said we wouldn't be responding, but then it said later in the letter, we won't come if we're down to one ambulance.
Right.
And so he said, we will come to Hatfield, but if we don't have, we can't send our last ambulance to Hatfield. They're running 3.
Mhm.
And so we had a conversation about that, and I felt better. They're not saying they're not coming here. But then, it was on Facebook the other day. I think Northampton had 9 simultaneous calls. 9 simultaneous calls. And so obviously they couldn't staff that. So, I think the issue is all departments are feeling this. They're very understaffed.
Mhm.
And they're fully funded 24/7 and they're understaffed. They can't find people. So, it's just a really big issue. And I just want people to know it's not specific to Hatfield, that other communities locally, and I think it's safe to say probably nationwide, are experiencing the same thing. But it was reassuring to talk to Chief Peelis that they will still be responding to calls, but understandably will not send their last ambulance to Hatfield. So it's their last dispatched ambulance to Hatfield. So,
Well, unfortunately, I think fire department and the issues will be ongoing discussions, trying to tweak a little bit here and there as we move forward. And the balance has always been trying to determine what the townspeople can afford for the services that they're provided. I mean, that's usually the bottom line. And I think we keep adding and trying to make it a little bit better. So hopefully we can continue reviewing it, tweaking it, and seeing what works. And
right.
I know getting personnel will continue to be an issue, unfortunately, and that is a nationwide problem right now. So
It is.
what do you do? I don't know. I mean, we've had conversations of combining or trying to get together with other departments, but
And
it's-
Chief Peelis said he's open to reopening that discussion at some point. So,
and maybe
but it is
that's
gonna,
a discussion worth having again, just to see where we're at.
I just wanted to let people know that I did follow up with the chief on that, because obviously that was very concerning. So,
Yeah.
And I have a meeting with our chief this coming week, just to follow up on some things too. So we're just continuing to, to monitor it as closely as we can. So,
All right.
I have nothing else.
I mean, the last item is we're moving forward for a special town meeting, right? So,
September 11th, special town meeting. The next select board meeting will be September 17th, regular select board meeting, September 17th. Obviously, the special town meeting will take place on the 11th.
I mean, I
So
still
you'll
like
be there.
using the idea of using the phone for that meeting, but I know I think the chief's supposed to, is that correct? Using,
Oh, to put out on
Get the
that.
word out.
Yes, I will ask him. Actually, I haven't done that. I will check with him.
I mean, we've had other non-emergency messages on there.
this is town related and it's important. It's an important issue.
It
We
is.
lead
I
each
mean, it
other
is a
down.
public safety issue, if you want to be perfectly honest.
I had
It's
said
about
I would
a-
check with him
Yeah.
about using that.
And so just to remind people, the article on the town meeting warrant will be to repair the
Restoration of the culvert.
the restoration of the culvert that goes under Main Street, just north of the water treatment plant. So wastewater treatment plant. And actually, I happened to be at Big Y very early this morning and had somebody ask me about it. So people are aware that we're having a town meeting.
And you have solicited for some prices, right? So when we go to special town meeting,
The
we have
project's
a-
out to bid.
Okay.
The project is out to bid, and the deadline for bids, I believe, is next week.
So we'll have
So we'll
them.
have that information.
All right, well, thank you, Marlene, Karen, John,
welcome.
thank you.
Thank you.
I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I didn't even
Aye.
open it for discussion.